A very good evening to everyone present here. It is truly a matter of great pride and joy for me to welcome you all to this special occasion. I would like to extend my warm greetings to our Honorable Senior Professor Ajay Kumar Singh Sir, respected Director Professor Mahesh Sharma Sir, respected Dhyan P.S. Chauhan Sir, our esteemed guest speakers, respected faculty members, and dear students. I, Ivansi, student of BBA, fifth semester, I feel extremely privileged to address you all at the 45th online interactive session hosted by Delhi School of Professional Studies and Research, an institution well known for its unwavering commitment to academic distinction and nurturing leadership. Today's session adds another chapter to our ongoing journey of learning and development. It is an opportunity for each of us to engage in meaningful dialogue, gain valuable knowledge, and grow into well rounded individuals, both personally and professionally. At DSPSR, we deeply value experiences that go beyond textbooks. We believe in preparing students for the real world by exposing them to practical, industry relevant learning. This session, centered on the theme of leadership development, is a fine example of how we aim to bridge academic theory with corporate reality. It is with great pleasure that we welcome Mr. Bharat Chawla sir, who joins us today as a respected session speaker. We are equally pleased to have Ms. Garima Gupta ma'am as the moderator of this session. We sincerely thank both of you for being here. We welcome you, sir and ma'am. To commence this session on an auspicious note, let us now take part in a symbolic ritual, the lighting of the virtual lamp. This act represents the removal of darkness and the ushering in of wisdom and enlightenment. May this flame of knowledge guide us toward clarity, confidence, and leadership in the days ahead. With this, I would now request Arun sir to kindly play the virtual lamp lighting video. Thank you, sir. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome our dynamic and accomplished esteemed speaker for today's online interactive session, Mr. Bharat Chawla, sir. With over 18 years of rich and diverse experience, Mr. Bharat sir is an accomplished professional who has made a significant mark across industries from FMCG and automotive to optical, durables, and entrepreneurship. Currently based in Delhi NCR, he brings with him deep expertise in business leadership, strategy, channel and network management, customer experience, and P&L ownership. He has demonstrated excellence in team building, revenue management, and business sustainability through every role he has taken on. Bharat Sir's journey includes leadership roles at some of the world's most trusted brands, from Nestle India, Goodyear, Michelin, Patanjali Ayurved to Essilor Luxottica, where he served as business head for North and West India. His entrepreneurial streak led him to establish his own venture, Humble and Honest Services Private Limited, a thriving restaurant brand in India, in Delhi, and also serve as vice president at Growth Jockey Private Limited, supporting startups and new business models. His foundation is as solid as his industry experience. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
So, it's my absolute pleasure to welcome someone who embodies both ambition and purpose, Miss Garima Gupta, ma'am, a proud alumna of the Delhi School of Professional Studies and Research. Garima is an emerging professional with a strong inclination towards human resources. She brings with her a sharp eye for detail, a proactive problem solving approach, and a deep passion for helping organizations thrive through people first strategies. Known for her focused mindset, a constant hunger for learning and growth, she is actively seeking opportunities that allow her to make meaningful contributions while building her expertise in HR practices and policies. We welcome you, ma'am. Your valuable presence adds great strength to today's event and to all our participants joining us from different places, eager to learn and grow. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to our esteemed speaker, our respected faculty members, and most importantly, all our participants. Your presence here reflects your commitment to learning and personal growth. Let us make this 1 hour a truly enriching experience. Now, I would like to hand over the session to Ms. Garima Gupta, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, Ishika, and a very good evening to everyone present here. I'm Garima Gupta, an alumni of DSPSR, Delhi School of Professional Studies and Research. I feel extremely honored and delighted to be here today and monitoring this special se- session with truly inspiring personality. So it's truly an honor for all of us to have you here with us today. I have a privilege to go through your professional journey, and I must say, sir, it's truly both insightful and inspiring for anyone to go through this. So, with your permission, I would like to start this conversation with few questions. So, may I have your permission for that?
Yes, sure. But can I add something before that?
Sure, sir.
Because it's a very proud feeling for me. I think what Madam has missed in my introduction, that I'm also an ex-alumni of DSPSR. I've done my graduation from DSPSR. Okay, so I take a pride in becoming, as a student of DSPSR. So I think that should be the first one. So that's it. Just wanted to add that. So I have also done my BBA camp. There was used to be a course by the name of BBA camp. So I have also started my journey from DSPC.
Amazing, sir. It's truly. Sir, I would like to ask you, you have successfully transitioned your corporate leadership role to entrepreneurship. What inspired you from that shift? And what are some of the biggest mindset changes you have to make?
Okay, so what mindset has you have asked? So what I will tell you is, first very most important thing, and I would like to address that to, learn to fail. You know, you have to learn to fail because what is happening in today's scenario, we are only listening and with all due regards to the, Gen Z and the new generation people, we are more inclined towards Insta, Facebook, YouTubes of the world. We are only listening to success stories, right? But first and foremost, the most important thing to prevail in a long-term career or to do anything is learn to fail. Because trust me, I have seen the best of the leaders in the industry, best of the entrepreneurs, best of the VPs, president. Everybody's success rate is not more than 40%. Whatever projects we does, whatever day-to-day life. But what is most important is your resilience, the way you make your comeback. Once you fail at something, you should not make that mistake again and again. And just to answer that question, I joined, my Nestle. Nestle was my first job, and I did that job right after my graduation from DSPSR. Then subsequently, my education has been sponsored and taken care by my organization. And then I have reached to IIMS Kolkata also for AGMP. And Just to give you an example, learn to fail. First year, I got flunk in three subjects in DSPSM. Okay. But second year, third year, I make sure if they have the old records, I was the third student, throughout the class, I was the third with a good percentile of 80, 82%, right? So that is the attitude I always have. Then I started my journey, and initial part of my journey was also not very good because I was very young. I was picked up by Nestle, the organization which is full of professionals, MBA. I was picked up after graduation. The first 6 months was a very troublesome. I was facing a lot of problem, but again the ability learn to fail. And then second thing is your resilience, how you come back. You make a comeback. How do you learn? Your learning agility also plays a very important role. And that's how I've always done that. And third and the most important thing is there are certain basics rules which you have to follow, which I follow. Where I follow is that sincerity over seriousness, right? That is my third fundamental of life. You have to be sincere. You have to be sincere, not that serious. What I'm realizing in today's world, people are getting more serious than sincere. And what is the difference? People ask me, what is the difference? Like if I have a deadline to meet, certain projects, certain tasks, then I would not burn out myself throughout today's, daily work. If I will do a burnout and I will be worried, that oh, I have to do this task tomorrow, I have to do this task. That is called seriousness of an issue. What is sincerity? I will make sure that tomorrow I will wake up early, check my PPTs, check my things. I will all have data points with me. That is called sincerity. So you have to be sincere, then serious. So that those are the three things which I have always followed, which has helped me in transition to different industries, different areas, different geography. Because I have worked in almost northwest and south, almost 70% of the part of the country I've worked. So that has helped me in transition. And fourth and most important is people connect. The friends you are making, the connection you are making in professional world, personal life. You have to be relatively good and decent with people. With your success, don't allow your head to be on a higher side. You know, so that is basically those are the basic principles which we all have to follow. And as a student, I must tell everyone, because it's an initial start of what you are going to be. Because some of you might be possible, some of you who is listening, my this thing tomorrow, he or she will become my manager or my boss. In 10 years, they will become president and I'm working under them. They will become CEO. It is quite possible. But you have to follow the basic, right?
Sir,
Okay.
even your mindset is so much inspiring. If someone listens to you even 10 minutes, they can easily be inspired. I must say, sir, learning to fail is really an inspiring thing to learn. Sir, I have few more questions. When launching a new product, what is the key indicators or the market signals you rely on before going to the market?
So I will answer this question in two phases. Okay. So I would say pre 2015, launching a product was based on the universe and the market size of the that product. What are the demand, for that product? Now the scenario has been changed. The data science and data intelligence has come into the picture. After I would say 2015, after 2015, this thing has picked up a lot. There are a lot of agencies, there are a lot of, data intelligence have come in, have brought in. So now whenever companies are launching, companies are seeing the market share. What is the market size? Sorry, not share, market size of that category. First, you have to identify, like, for example, tomorrow you wanted to launch a college. Yeah, we can take that example. You wanted to launch a graduation college. So what you will see is first your purpose and motive has to be there. Like I remember when Mr. Singh, because I am also from the second batch of DSPSR. Okay, if I am correct, 2000. I'm from 2001 to 4 batch, and I remember it has started in 2000. So there was a requirement of a good college, and it used to be in Southex. At that point of time, I have studied. So for any kind of a product or institute or any kind of a launch, first of all, you have to see the market size. Second, you have to see the motive, the basic principle of it, why you are launching that thing. If there is any need from customer end or the group which you are targeting. Third, which segment you are targeting. That is very important, segmentation. And then fourth, if the data is suggesting whether it is the right time or not. In today's scenario, the world has become very competitive in any kind of a product. So the timing also plays a very, very big role now. Whether the timing, like currently I am handling, just to give you an example, I currently am handling pet care industry, okay, which is very new to India. I am handling pet care products. So even Nestle, I am currently again in Nestle. So Nestle has launched that, but pet care industry is very niche currently, right? Pet food. So whether the timing is good or not, it also plays a lot of importance. Okay. Again, a different example. 20 years back, Levers launched every product of theirs, which you must have seen in the memes also, right? That coal-based product are not at all in. And today we are back to Ayurveda. Out of 5 out of 10 products, 20 products you will see based on Ayurveda or herbal science. In a more professional manner, you can say it's more of a herbal science. Yeah. So whether what's the timing, what's the inclination, that also one more important part. What is the trend and inclination which is going on in today's segment? Okay, 10 years down the line, if you would have launched in 2008, those kind of a product might not that be successful. But today the current trend is based on herbal science. So that's why you will see all the companies are basing going toward organics, herbal science because people want that. I hope I have answered your question because it's a very extensive topic. I can take 2 to 3 days to cover up that topic. So try to sort it out, give you a just a gist.
Sir, no problem at all. You take your time and explain such a vast topic is really a great thing. Sir, a question more. Sir, in your role at Panthajali and Esnal, you focus on rural reach out and financing models. What were the unique challenges on scaling in rural India and how did you overcome them?
That's a very interesting question because tomorrow you're all going to be professional leaders. So you have to understand now. Previously in industry, there was used to be rural and metros, right? First, I will explain you just a bit because for all of you, it is very important to understand how the market has been divided now. So previously it used to be metro and rural. Like metros, we used to take big four metros, and then there was sub metros like Jaipur, Chandigarh. Just to give you an example from north. Now, what companies and organization is realizing that within a metro also there can be a rural of a metro. Like if you will go nowadays, we started calling it rural of urban. So previously it used to be on the basis of geography. And again, I would say pre 2010, that was the classification. Now what companies are doing is targeting as per the economic calendar or the economic cycle of that area. If that falls because today rural are not no more rural. People watch YouTube over there. You will have the best of products thanks to Amazon and all the delivery partners. Everyone has access to even the deepest corner. And for your information, just to give you guys an info, Amazon has recently, 3, 4 years back, tied up with our post office. So they have the reach in the extreme corners of the country. Every corner you can order from Amazon. So they are not rural anymore. Now coming back to your question, how I've adapted and the difference. Rural people are, I would say, much more smarter. Smarter in terms of their consumption pattern, right? In metros, what happen is most of the consumption is based on the impulse. Like there is certain trend which is happening, certain products which is happening. you will go and buy that, even if you need it or don't need it. But in rural segment, people consumption pattern is very, very important. They only buy those things which is as per their requirement and fit into their daily needs. So, and which is currently also the scenario. So, there the value of money, like if they are spending 10 rupees, what they will ask for, benefits of 12 rupees, 13 rupees, those kind of a thing. In metro, if there is, you have to create a marketing, a pull. Most of you have also understood now, till now, I am assuming push or pull marketing, yeah. So, if there is a push in the product or a pull in the product, metro people will buy. But in rural, it's altogether a different game. Second, their mindset. Whatever they are using, it is very difficult to change loyalty of rural customers than a metro customer. If rural, you are successful in developing one product, then you will stay there for long. That's how you will see most of the companies are targeting the new upcoming rural areas, because that has the thing that first come first basis. Like companies who will introduce their products, who will introduce to their customers, add customers to their portfolio, they will go into there. The loyalty of rural customer is huge. In metro, we always say, metro, what is happening, just an interesting fact I should tell you. Now metro, we don't consider, now industries don't consider a household for metro. Like in a single home, in a single household, Garima, you can also vouch for that. Even a simple product like toothpaste, fruits, vegetable, TV, mom and dad buying one product, a teenager buying a different product, and your might be a younger sibling or someone buying different product, right? So metro now we considered as an individual basis. Rural still the same. Rural, a household is a household. One product, one category will come to that house. I hope I am able to answer that question also. Just to give you a difference,
So thank you for telling us the difference between them and making us understand the main difference between the and the rural communities. So, one more question, please. Sir, you have built and led across functional teams across geographics. What were your beliefs in the most crucial factors in developing high performing teams?
um, high performing teams is, first of all, you have to realize everybody is different. You are in India, and once you go to a professional world, like when I was a graduate or doing MBA, I have done all throughout my schooling education to North and especially to Delhi. I am a Delhi. Okay, so you will face one kind of a people with one kind of a bandwidth. Adjusting to everybody's dynamic is very, very different. And if you wanted to create a high performing team, then there is a very simple formula in corporate world. You have to connect to people first. You have to connect. And connection in corporate world happens with three things: food, family, culture, right? You have to understand the food, whatever they eat, because then eventually when you all will grow up, you will become a part of professional world, you realize that what we eat is how different we are. Because most of the time, a topics between, a Gujarati and a North Indian and a South Indian remains to food. So you have to admire that, adapt to that. Family. What is their family orientation? Because we people from north are very different from east, then to south, their family orientation, how we have been raised. So you have to understand. And third is the cultural difference. Like people in north generally like to be pepped up, pepped up, they get motivated very easily. Whereas south are more, what I found, I'm not stereotyping anyone, but they're more of, analytical skills are much better. They wanted to be data oriented. So first of all, you have to understand, connect to the dynamics, right? That's the first job. Second is, for a successful leader, it is very, very important. Don't try to make your teammates like you. I have never tried that in my 20 years of career. Like if I follow a pattern, there are certain skill set, a manager has. Like I'm, for example, if I'm a people manager, I'm not a micromanager. I generally give tasks to people and leave it up to them. How do they do it? Between the deadlines, if I have given a task and I have told them to give a deadline of 2 days after completion of the task, I will not ask up before the 2 days. There are certain managers who wanted to be, wanted to follow in every step. So there is a different, and no management style is different. But what I have tried, and most of the successful leaders I have also seen, they don't try to make you follow their style. That is very important. You have to admire, you have to understand again that it is very important. Third, which is most important, as there is a saying, managers are not magicians. Only magicians have answers to everything and they will do miracles. Managers can't, or a leader can't. So, for a successful team, it is very, very important for a manager and leader to tell their team, to tell their subordinate that he or she also don't know that. Okay? Because most of us, even I see, in my college days, once if someone is senior, they will think, they know much better than the junior one. Even if you will do small kind of a thing, always take opinion of others. Okay? So those are the three things I would say is very, very critical and important. And rest, once you are in a corporate world or a professional world, you will get so many trainings with time. They will also judge you, your leadership pattern. They will also train you. So that does also help. And fourth, try to create a leader within your team. The only job of leadership is to create other leaders. That is the most important job. And if somebody is on a front line, make them a manager. How do you will do it? Whatever skill set he has, for everyone, trust me, Garima, and everyone, I have not met even a single person in my life who don't used to have a good skill set. Everybody is specialized in something or the other. And as a manager and leader, it is very important to recognize that thing and give them tasks around them, which they are going to enjoy. Because it's a very general tendency, what people don't enjoy, they will not follow. And they will not do it, very practically or very enthusiastically. So that is the most important. And rest, fifth and most important, keep them engaging, keep them motivated, you know, there is a typical saying, work hard, party harder kind of a culture. I'm lucky to be in all the organizations, who believe in that kind of a culture because that is very important. Because 9 to 6, 9 to 7, Monday to Friday becomes very hectic. You have to be personally connected to them, who all are there in your family. Like whatever team members I have, I'm still connected. I know their kids' name, their wife name, what their wife does, even if they have their older parents or not. It is also very important because you are dealing with humans. You are not dealing with machines. Yeah. So emotional connect, I would say last.
So thank you for sharing such an inspirational info to us to identify how a leader is made and how to identify the people you work with. So I have a question on that basis. How do you identify a leadership potential in your team members, especially early in their cases? Careers and potential teams.
So I will be little candid and honest with you, right? Like like the madam before you who was moderating, she's also the member of your college team, right? And I'm assuming, that task has been given or likely, been told to do to 10 people. Somebody will take it, someone will not take it. And whoever will take it, they will eventually become the leader. So there is no hard and fast rule, there is no rocket science in that. What happens in college, it starts with early days, like you have been assigned this role, yeah, as a moderator or being go. Someone else also has been assigned by madam, Madam must have called you or other five people. Still on a Saturday, you are giving this time. So it's an early sign. Even in corporate, we does that. We throws lot of project, and I have seen in different departments, across the companies, there is no other way of identifying leadership skills. We throw the task, give opportunity, equal opportunity to everyone, and people who will accept it, then they will show an early sign. Then in corporate world, trust me, once you will show that attitude, mindset of yes, you wanted to do it, then corporate world will take care of you because see, sharpening up your skills is the job of corporate profile. Okay. But you have to show that attitude and mindset. That initiatives has to be there. So that is the early sign. And somebody, second, very, very important, a person who is respectable all across the stream value. That is very, very important for organization because we identify, there are certain set of people who are very respectable to only seniors, and they are not, and people below them are not very comfortable with them. Those are a clear cut red flags and not a good sign of a leadership. And so you have to be respectable, humble. You have to make everybody comfortable with you. Might be seniors, juniors, your colleagues, also your peer group. So that is the second sign. First is initiative, how you will take. Second is like you have to be respectable and amicable with everyone. Okay. And third is, and it is very important, I want you to, understand everybody to understand people who enjoy stress, pressure. Because trust me, we are in a very much competitive world nowadays. And I'm not saying pressure in terms of negative word. What is pressure nowadays is the expectation to deliver. Okay? Expectation of delivering a project, delivering a task. There are people who will always come and crib, give excuses that, oh, this is not happening, this is not happening. Leadership early signs come with, and trust me, I have become manager very early in my life, and I was not the best performing person. Like in Nestle, I have got promoted in 3.5, 4 years. But trust me, I was not the best performing. Even my targets and objective, I have only achieved 50% of it. But I always, and I see people have this approach, don't come with the hurdle, they come with the solution. Like in college also, you will see, if you will be assigned to organize a fest or something of that sort, you will see there are certain two set of people. One who will always complain, oh, budget kam hai na? Budget kam hai, funds kam hai, resources kam hai, and there will be certain set of people who will say, kam hai to koi baat nahi, boss. मैं घर से अपने friends ले आऊंगा, you will always be. And we initial days of our career, and I take this privilege, I know this is a recording, but I will still use that word. Initially we call them जुगाड़ूस, हाँ, कि भाई सब चीज का solution ढूंढ लेते हैं. That will help you a lot. So crib less, be effective. That's an early sign because आप कॉलेज में भी जो लोग छोटे छोटे टास्क कर रहे हो, that is also an early sign because that will become a part of your mindset. Even in your families, please do that. Because eventually, ultimately, जो आपका mindset होगा, that will eventually become you. And eventually, the success will depend upon that. Right?
Yes, sir. Absolutely right. No doubt in that. Sir, you were talking about the corporate environment, corporate world. But sir, when it comes to your own business, how do you approach the management and the managers evolving over the time?
Sorry,
How do
I
you
didn't.
approach those people?
Sorry, Garima, can you just repeat the question? Your voice was cracking in the middle.
Sure, sir. So when it comes to your own business or in the corporate world, how do you approach the people of management over the period of time
Okay.
to complete
I
your
want.
task?
Okay. So basically, in terms of my business, if I will would like to answer, see, once you are doing your own entrepreneurship or own business, then it plays a different role, because whatever learnings You have learned from your corporate profile and everything. As an entrepreneur, you have to treat your people very different. It's like you are treating or you are dealing with your kids because you have a certain brand, which you are establishing. So you have to treat everyone as your family. Okay. But in corporate world, some will eventually become your family as a part of you as your friends and colleagues for long term, and some will always become acquaintance. You understand that you will know them, professionally, but once you will out of that job, out of that project, those people will be washed away from your memory. वो सिर्फ फेसबुक में रह जाते हैं, राइट? एंड हैप्पी दिवाली हैप्पी होली मोड में रह जाते हैं, या सो in terms of approaching the management, I would say your communication has to be very clear, even if you're dealing with people in your entrepreneurship or in terms of corporate world, and both the stream, upward stream, your bosses, downward stream, or your peer group. You have to set your communication very right. Okay. Second, most important is you have to set your expectations very right. Like if you are doing a certain task which is risky, where the results of success is 50-50%, you have to tell all across the team that boss, chances are only 50-50, but I wanted to take that chances. If the failure, and third is most important is own the failure. Again, learn to fail. That is, I'm telling you, that is the most critical part of it. Own the success and failure both. If there is a success, share with everyone. If there is a failure and if you are the leader of that project, or certain you have approached the management or something of that sort, so own that. So own the results. Accountability, you have to be accountable. It's good to be responsible, but in corporate world, it is always good to be, accountable. And corporate world makes you accountable for all the things. Like some of you will be organizing this thing, and it is very good. This is the 45th, what I have heard and seen that. So someone has started from the first day, no? So that person, he or she is accountable for it. So you have to own your things, right?
Sir, previously you were talking about the communication between the team members or the partners, but sir, how do you align the partners with your goals?
Partners in terms of like your business partners or your team members?
Sir, business partners.
Okay, business partners. Okay. So I'm basically a channel sales guy, channel mix guy, channel marketing guy. So I've always dealt with business partners in terms of distributors, dealers, retailers, government agencies. Because in my SLR project, I was dealing with a lot of government bodies. Okay, government, Delhi government, Karnataka government, all those things. So, what again the same fundamentals are over there. If you have to align them, there has to be a win-win situation between both the parties. Okay, so like there is a saying that if you have to be a long-term sustainable business, then there has to be a win-win situation for your business partners and for your organization. Yes, there are certain organizations which they see only their profits, their margins or something of that sort. But eventually, long term, they will not sustain. There are a lot many organizations which has come and go. The organization which are there from 50 years, 100 years, and going to be there for next 500 years. My great grandchildren will be in those organizations. So those organizations are those who align their business partner with a win-win situation. They support them. And in the time of difficulties, they support them. In fact, they extend and we all have faced this situation. And a very good example I would like to quote COVID, right? In COVID, when there was a COVID in 2 years, all the physical business partners were almost lost, wiped out all the money. There are organizations, who have paid them, who have helped them, who have told them, don't worry, we are there for you. And there you will see there is a lot of shift in the organizational charts. Organization has gone, double their revenue, double their profit. It's all, and all those organizations are supported in 1.5 year, 2 years to their employees, to their business partners. So there has to be a win-win situation because, and there are no shortcuts in handling two business partners. If you will tell them that no, there is a shortcut, you will do this. If you will, for example, if you sell your, bad products to them, you tell them, there is a shortcut, please do that. You can't do a long-term business. So win-win situation is the only.
So certainly a win-win situation for those situations. So you were talking about the pandemic situations, but what about the post-pandemic situations when it come to the shift in the customer's behavior that deals with the products and increase? Does that increase your pressure suddenly or just decrease the pressure?
No,
And
no.
how the
After,
companies effectively integrate or navigate that pressure?
so see, pandemic has post-pandemic, as I told you, company were oriented towards data science. Post-pandemic, now it's all data science and analytics. Organization from making from a pen to aircraft, everyone has turned to data science now. Now companies are not taking any kind of a risk. Okay, companies have become little cautious. That is one change which has been made. Okay, that's why you will see a lot of less new product launches or those kind of things happen. Companies have become very second. What has effectively happened is in pandemic, there were certain industries which have where revenues have gone down. Okay, and there are certain industries where revenue have gone double, like food industry. Those 2 years we have, I will not quote, it's not good to quote company's name or who. There are food companies who has double their revenues in those 2 years. So what has happened? COVID has presented in India with a very different and very challenging situation. What has happened is companies where the revenues have become double, they have increased their capex. I hope everybody of you must be knowing what is capex, your factories, their production cycles. So capacity utilization has increased to double fold. But eventually, what will happen is when the situation become normalized, so the demand is not there. So those companies are struggling with bit, to I would not say fulfill that demand, to fulfill that supply. Whereas on the other hand, there were certain companies where demand has already gone. Those 2 years, they were half of their revenue. They have taken a cut on their production. So now they are facing difficult situation, reverse to other companies. Okay. So those companies and still companies are, I would say till 2024, companies were still struggling. 25 is a better year in terms of all across the industries where still, companies have come to their plateau, come to their normal thing, and now they are doing the things in a normal way. But it has taken Indian industry all across 3, 4 years to come out of that. So that has become, and yes, companies have become more cautious. Companies have become more employee friendly, I would say, because what COVID has done is COVID has separated good companies from bad companies in terms of employees. Like there were companies who have not cut even a single salary, single payment, single monthly cycle of the employees. So there are companies who have taken very, very good care of their employees because those were the difficult times. So now in a corporate world, people know that these are the organizations which who will actually take care because every organization will say that our employees are our family, something of that sort. But that time has proven. So now those companies are doing very good. And what COVID has done is COVID have given an employee retention. People are sticking more towards a good organization. So the effectiveness, efficiency of the organizations have also improved. So those are the changes which has happened, after COVID.
Those were very huge impacts. on the customers, on the people, or on the persons that are working in the companies. So, with a what if customer expectation changed over the past decade, and how do you incorporate customer sentiments in your sales strategies?
So customer sentiments have changed a lot. Customer have become smarter. I would not use the word smarter. They are aware. Like, and thanks to the Wikipedia, Google, and YouTube industry, customers are nowadays confused. Okay. So previously, what used to happen is what companies wanted to target and what companies wanted to make customer learn and aware about the product they are aware about. But with the exposure of internet and exposure of OTTs and all the things in the world, customer is very much aware. Like I like to quote an example. I worked in tire industry also. Okay. Yes. So 10 years down the line, tire was a tire for a customer. It was limited to, speed braking, maneuver, the stability. But nowadays, even in a product like tires, who are very, very, and tire is one product example. Just to give you an example, it's the least customer engaging product. Like you know about Maggie, you know about Cadbury's, you know about Amul, you know about TVs, you know about car, but tires, if you will ask people, they are the least segment of, it's one segment which is the least engaging. But there will be, I'm sure, in this round, if you will ask everybody, they will tell you what kind of a rating tire has. Z rating, Y rating, C rating, So customer come and ask those things. But those kind of a rating, they are not aware that those kind of a rating does not hold good for India. Because in Europe, those ratings are there. For example, there is a certain rating, there is a certain classification of tires which works only on ice. So in Europe, yes, in Europe, like example, a very cold countries have a different tire in terms of their cold season and different set of tire in their warm season because they have a icing layer, throughout the road. So customer will come and ask, do you have those kind of a tires? So today's customer is aware also and confused also, I would say. That is the
Yes,
change. So now it's becoming very challenging for an organization. And as an organization, for my sales strategy, for example, all the tire companies are facing this problem. That they cannot tell the customer, oh, you are a fool, you don't know. It's not required in this country. Can you say that to a customer? No, right? But today's every young generation guy, everybody who's driving Thar, Scorpio, you know, your Fortuners, they will come and tell you about the rating. There is a speed rating also. They will tell and come and ask question about you why your tire is better than other example. So the companies are also training their staff in that manner. Previously, it was not there because it was not required. So how in terms of sales strategy it is different now sales guy and as a channel sales guy and as a marketing guy, you have to learn a lot. You have to educate yourself a lot. So that is one change, which is happened because of customer expectation. Because customer will open Google and whatever he or she is asking, he or she will do a Google thing and they will ask, boss, ye kya hota hai? What is this? So your sales teams, your sales strategies has to be designed in the way that you have to be much more knowledgeable than your customers. So that is one change which is happening in customer. I'm sure a lot of like another example I'll give you about the industry. One is tire, another is cosmetics, right? And a very interesting example. I hope I'm not taking long. So just to give you an example, the onion shampoo, right? Like I belong to a Punjabi family. So our grandmother used to serve us, onion thing if we used to have dandruff or another thing. And we used to, say ki dadi nani, we don't require it, right? But you will say the whole cosmetic industry, 20% of the share today now coming from the onion based products. Who could have thought that? You know, because people are aware the advantages of it. Aloe vera. Aloe vera has made a big comeback. In cosmetic industry nowadays, 5 to 7% industry rotates around aloe vera. I'm sure some of the girls and nowadays boys also must be using aloe vera based products, right? So it was not there 5 years back. If you will remember what kind of a creams you, if you will ask, go and ask your moms and relatives who are little bit elder, what kind of a creams they will never ever used to use aloe vera. So because people are aware, customer is aware that oh it's a natural product, so they come and say ask. People will come for a even a small product like a cosmetic which is ranging of 300 400. You go to a new or a Nika or some places. So that's why you are seeing, the sales people over there. So they will tell you about the benefits of. You will ask them lot many questions. Is it herbal or non-herbal? What kind of a product it has? So people are customer expectation is that whatever they will Google and whatever knowledge they will have, your salesperson or the person who is answering that question has to have more knowledge. So that's how things have been changed. So training and learning is like a endless process for sales nowadays.
It really is. It, seeing today's situation, it really is. Then looking back at your 18 years of experience, what was the one risk that truly paid off and one lesson that changed your approach towards today's business?
Okay, what is that one risk? One risk I always believe in my gut rather than data. Okay, so changing, I would say in my first stint of Nestle, my decision board. I have already spent 9 years. I was sitting very comfortable. Okay, so what I have realized is, and I always quote this to people, to make your from a better life to good life, better life to best life, you have to make yourself keep on changing. Change is change is the only constant thing. So I was very, very comfortable over there. I was doing wonderfully well, but I don't have exposure of other markets and other geography. I was never ever been out of North India before that till 2013, I would say, right? So my first exposure, I was assigned a role. I have got a role in Mumbai market, and because I wanted to work in Mumbai, because Mumbai is also again a very challenging market. Mumbai and West, because West works very differently from North, and so is South and East. So that is one change where I have decided to be mobile, to be available throughout the geographies. That is one risk which I have taken, and that pays me off. And I would suggest every one of you, if you wanted to grow in your career, be it any field, be it sales, supply chain, finance, I'm not saying keep on switching to the companies. That's not a good thing in today's scenario. But whenever you will get an opportunity, geographical movement, mobility. So I would say the risk of decision of changing my location from north to west, the mobility change, the risk that I have taken, that have faced me. So, and it's again the mindset change, whether you will be able to adapt or not. That's a change. And second change, risk I have taken, from a job, I have decided to open up something of my own. So that is the big risk I have taken. Those are the two risks I would mention over there.
So thank you for giving such an enriching experience to me. But wrapping the pr- s- before wrapping this all, I will request any of the participants who have
Yeah.
any question, please put the question in the chat box. Thank you, sir, for your time.
Thank you.
Hello, Ishita ma'am. Ishita ma'am, are you there?
Hello. Hello.
Ye-
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, yes, yes.
Any other questions from any participants? I think no any questions. So thank you so much, Bharat sir, for joining us today. And literally, I was not knowing also that you did graduation from DSPSR itself.
Yes, ma'am. So
Because, yeah,
DSPSR has a very big place, big role in my life. I have done my education. I have got my education from there. Okay, I have got my first job from there, and I have got my life partner also from there. So she is also a yeah graduate same batch. So that's how I hold DSPSR hold a lot of importance. So whenever yes I know because one who a person who has approached me. So I think they also don't know that I am from the same college. It's okay. But that's how when it comes to DSPSR, they told me that it's for DSPSR. I said I was traveling, so I can't say no because that has given all the three things, very important thing of my life to me.
okay, so now, Diva, are you there? Hello?
So that's a learning for you, Ishita madam, that you should first check
Yeah,
about,
yeah. Namaskar, sir.
Yes,
Namaste.
sir.
Sir, so good to see you,
Actually,
sir.
sir, I got surprised that when I heard that he did graduation from
No,
DSP
no.
sir itself. Today
Yeah.
itself, I
So,
did
sir,
know.
sir, it's good to see you, sir. And I'm very fortunate that it's a Guru Purnima week and I'm doing this. So, pranam to you, namaskar to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you and do well in life all the
Yes,
time.
sir. So how are you,
Good to
sir?
know.
How are you?
Hmm.
Yes, sir. Um,
बहुत
yes, sir.
अच्छा लगा आज सुन के
Yes,
आपका और लाइफ स्टोरी आपकी की फैमिली भी यहीं से
yes,
है
yes,
तो और
yes.
भी अच्छा
So,
लगा सुन के जो है
yes, yes, yes. So
नॉट
I
ओनली योर
always
लाइफ
answer anytime I can be help to students to college, I will be more than happy.
yeah, that
So,
is the purpose of this particular initiative,
and,
that
and I would
students
say,
should
sir,
be
it's
able
a
to have at least one mentor from the field that they want to enter into
sure, sure. And
from the corporate world.
I wanted to give offer from my side. If any of the moderator wanted to create a group in terms of guidance, they can make a one single sided group. Me and my wife, because wife is also doing very good. She's from a finance side. So if they wanted any kind of a guidance, but with the moderating till that any queries they can ask to me and I will answer that to them to Saturday and Sunday, limited to them in terms of their guidance. I will be more than happy.
Yeah, that's really great. That's really great. I think, Ishita madam, please take a note of this and take it forward. Hmm.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And all of you, I wanted to tell you that it's not the initiative that PSPSR and Singh sir is taking. I remember I have wear my first coat, formal coat in DSPSR conference, which we used to have in 2001. You remember, sir? This
Yes, yes,
lamp
yes.
lighting, I think lamp lighting and all has taken back to that because DSPSR is not conducting this kind of a seminar now. They used to have, I think, the first seminar I have attended, and where we all have been assigned to do certain kind of a task, to honor, the guest and all. So I wear my first coat. I have rented out with my senior colleague, senior cousin because so thanks, sir, and it's great to know that still that kind of a thing, and it was very unique at that point of time also.
Yeah, yeah. That still we are doing every year, annual international conference
Oh,
we are doing. Yeah.
so
So it's,
so anyway, sir, if there you also require our help, sir, please let me know. Not
yeah,
a
yeah.
problem.
That would be great. That would be great.
You have my
So thank you
number,
very
sir.
much.
So yes,
Yeah,
thank
yeah.
you, thanks a lot, and it's an honor, sir. It's an honor for me and privilege also, and it's always good to come back to your roots. And
Yeah.
you will be glad to know that I'm not the only one in Nestle with these are things. There are two, three other people also. You know,
Wonderful.
wonderful. So they are also there with me.
That's really great. Very encouraging for the students that their
Yes, yes.
alumni are at so much of prestigious assignments that they are doing. Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
You can
Yeah,
go
now
ahead.
we will go ahead.
Hmm. You can go for vote of
Okay.
thanks. Huh?
Okay. A very good evening once again to everyone. As we come and to the today's enriching 45th online interactive session organized by Delhi School of Professional Studies and Research, it is my honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Mr. Bharat Chawla sir, for sharing such profound insight from your remarkable journey. Sir, your experiences across the industry and your thoughts on leadership, adaptability, and business acumen have truly inspired us all. We are equally thankful to our moderator, Ms. Garima Gupta, for so graceful conducting the session. Your thoughtful questions and interactive approach made the session truly engaging and valuable for all of us. A special note of thanks to our senior professor Ajay Kumar Singh sir, respected director Dr. Mahesh Sharma sir and Dhyan PS Chauhan sir for their constant support, vision and encouragement in organizing such session. We also extend our sincere appreciation to our respected faculty member for guiding and motivating us continuously and to organizing committee for their smooth coordination behind the scenes. And of course, a big thank you to all the participants and students who joined from the various locations. Your active presence and eagerness to learn and what makes such sessions successful and meaningful. Today's session on leadership development will surely leave a lasting impact on each one of us, and we are grateful to everyone who contributed to its success. With that, all we bring this session to close, wishing you all continued success, learning, and growth. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening ahead.
Thank you, everyone.